Hey guys, welcome back to Snowball Investing. This is going to be the November portfolio update. If I made this video a few days ago, I would have shown you some fairly subpar performance in the past month. However, in the past couple of days, the markets have absolutely rallied. So what I do, as I do in all of my videos, is walk you through my positions and kind of show you what I've been buying or selling. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. I'm looking to get to 1,000 subscribers fairly soon. And I can't do it without your help. So without further ado, let's jump into the stocks and shares ISA. The value of the Freetrade ISA sits at £69,463, and the overall portfolio is up by £17,867. As you can see from the monthly chart, had a fairly good start to October, but then things went south pretty quick, hitting a low of around £60,000 on the 31st of October. But because of some really good earnings from some of the companies that I've been holding, it's had a bit of a rally back up to £69,000. If you guys are interested, I can quickly show you the maximum chart horizon for this ISA. It's been quite a journey, as you can see. Started back in December 2021. Have had many ups and downs. I've had a very long period of where the portfolio is basically flat. And since May 2023, it's really shot up in terms of, value and performance. So I think that's just testament of buying, holding really good companies and making sure you dollar cost average when the opportunities arise. I like to benchmark my portfolio against the FTSE All ETF just to kind of see how it's doing. So this one is slightly out of date. It's last updated in the morning of Friday, and my portfolio has gone up by then. But the portfolio sits at a gain of 14.95% compared to the FTSE All ETF, which is minus 2.3 in the same period. So very happy with the performance, but this is great. But I'm a long-term investor. I'm not too worried about short-term gains. I'm more interested in what's my portfolio going to look like in 5 to 10 years. We have to start off with the gift that keeps on giving, which is Palantir. So it's up 5% on Friday. But overall it's up 92.86%, so it's quite a large position in my portfolio, sitting at £35,235, and it's very oversized because it's my highest conviction single stock play, and it had an amazing earnings, and I'll get into that very shortly. Taking a look at the monthly chart for Palantir, just before the earnings, you can see it was downtrending towards the sort of $14 range. And my buy range was about sort of $10 to $13. So unfortunately, I didn't buy any before the big jump. But as soon as earnings hit, it shot up around 20% on Thursday. And even on Friday, it was a fairly green day. So it ended around $18.89. So a very nice gain for Palantir. Whether that's sustainable, we're yet to find out. So why did Palantir jump on earnings? It's basically because they beat everything. Just a couple of highlights here, and there's other great channels out there that go into a lot more detail than I'm going to. But it was its fourth consecutive quarter of GAAP profitability, coming in at a net income of 72 million. What that means is now they're eligible for the S&P 500, which could mean more increase in share price when they actually join the S&P 500. So that was absolutely fantastic to see. They also be on GAAP EPS, so it came in at 3 cents. Revenue has seemed to be re-accelerated, especially in the commercial space, and that may be due to a lot of the boot camps they're doing, where they can show the customers and help them solve their problems in a very short period of time. It gives them exposure to the software and shows them how good it is. So it's fantastic to see commercial revenue growing quite a lot. And also they continue to really increase their customer count. So they grew 34% year over year. And that's really the key metric I look at in terms of Palantir is the customer count. Because once customers get embedded into Palantir, they tend to increase their spending with Palantir over time. Overall, I'm very, very happy with this earnings call. Everything seems to be trending in the right direction. The only downside is the share price has shot up to what I think is now overvalued. I was hoping to increase my position, so unfortunately I'm going to have to put my money elsewhere, but I'm very excited to see what this company can do in the next couple of quarters. Heading back to the ISA, next up we have the FTSE All ETF, sits at £6,026 and is up 5.46%. Another company which absolutely smashed earnings is SoFi, so this is up 14.58%, beat on revenue, beat on EPS and raised guidance, as they pretty much always do. Absolute beast of a company, so I'm very happy with the way that's performing. Next up we have Truist, which I've just realised has taken over Google in this portfolio. Is doing quite well at plus 6.44%. Had a nice little rally up in the past couple of days because US investor Bill Gross said regional banks have probably hit bottom, so I'm happy to see this in the green again. Google had what I thought was a very good earnings. It was penalised because it missed revenues on their GCP cloud platform. However, that didn't deter me, and I don't think they justified the drop in share price after the earnings. It's still a cash flow machine. It's buying a crap ton of its own shares. So I continue to nibble on this every single month. SL Green Realty continues to give me a £10 dividend every single month and still getting the capital appreciation on this, so very happy with that. Nasdaq 100, that's up 7.8%. And Meta is still doing quite well. That's up 63.26%. Another position I've been buying fairly heavily in the past month is PayPal. I thought it was undervalued. It's becoming a bigger position, and I was fairly impressed with the earnings call and the new CEO. I think he has a clear vision. He has a lot more energy than the previous CEO. So I continue to be a buyer, and I'm quite excited to see how this company will perform in the next couple of years. Microsoft absolutely smashed earnings as well, not overly surprised, and with their Copilot software I think things are just going to get better. Tesla didn't have as good of an earnings, but is still up 1.22% in this portfolio. DraftKings up 107%, which is insane. Their earnings have come out. I think they smashed revenues, but I haven't had a chance to look at the earnings yet. But yeah, it's very nice to see a position over 100% in this portfolio. That is very nice to see. Next up we have UK property sitting at £771. Haven't been adding in the past month. A position I've been slightly dollar cost averaging into is Disney, so that's up 2.78%. Persimmon, that's up 1.27%. Had a bit of a recovery in the past month as it was down quite a bit. And Dutch Bros, that's minus 0.18%. Just a quick look at some of the other smaller positions. AMD doing quite well. Enphase Energy slightly misjudged the timing on this. I didn't expect the share price to drop as much as it had. I thought there was a bit more to drop because of interest rates being so high, therefore people can't afford the solar panels, but I didn't expect the massive drop in the share price. But I am slowly dollar cost averaging. It's not a position I bought for the short term, it's a position I bought for 5-10 years down the line. Ginkgo Bioworks down 15%, Intel up 1.65%, Boohoo, I just don't even track this anymore. Apple, mixed earnings, but again up 19% in its portfolio. Alibaba down 16%. Block, it was pretty hard, but had a small recovery after earnings, but that's still down 33%. Amazon up 17.42%, and Everest still, don't even talk about that anymore. That concludes the Freetrade ISA, so now let's move over and have a look at the Freetrade GIA. The value of the GIA sits at £14,037 and is in the green by 1,937. Comparing the GIA to the FTSE All World ETF, doing actually slightly better than the ISA, so it's up 19.44% in the same period where the FTSE All World ETF is down by 2.31. Having a quick look through this portfolio, the big tech is doing very well. Meta again over 100% gain in this portfolio. I was buying very, very heavy when Meta was down in the $100 range. Google up 15%, Amazon up 32.4%. As I mentioned previously, Enphase was hit very hard, so it is down 37%, so dragging down this portfolio a little bit. If I had more cash to put into the GIA, I would probably dollar cost average in, but unfortunately I've got expenses going on, especially now it's nearing Christmas time, so we'll see how this one plays out. A lot of the other positions are in the green, so Microsoft up 34%, Intel up 10%, Starbucks up 30%, JP Morgan up 19%, NEO is another one that's dragging this portfolio down, so that's down minus 59%, and Rocket Labs USA doing fairly well, up 13.35%. That was a whistle-stop tour of the Freetrade GIA, so let's take a look at the Vanguard investment account. Taking a very quick look at my Vanguard account, the value is £12,147. I did deploy the extra cash I had in this account into the S&P 500, so that's in the green by £838. Nothing's changed. I still add in £200 every single month straight into the S&P 500, and I'm just going to watch this compound over a very large period of time. So that concludes the Vanguard account. I think we had a very good earnings season, especially for the companies I've been investing in. So I'm still very bullish on a lot of my positions. We'll see how the next couple of months pay out. My strategy does not change. I just dollar cost average in every single week into the companies I think are undervalued and just watch the portfolio grow. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.